Boruto Uzumaki is in a heap of trouble right now in the story, with Eida using her omnipotence ability to reverse the roles of Boruto and Kawaki's lives. Boruto is now being seen as the outsider who had just killed his own father, the Hokage, with Kawaki being seen as the hero of this village. With that being said, Boruto Chapter 79 has completely changed the entire plot of the Boruto series, and when it comes to Boruto's character now, he is in a whole load of trouble, with Kawaki essentially framing his own brother for killing the 7th Hokage. Boruto right now is currently on the run, and as we saw at the end of last chapter, the entire Leaf Village is trying to hunt down and kill Boruto. As when I was reading Boruto Chapter 79, we saw Mitsuki enter his Sage mode. The entire village tracked down Boruto, with everybody facing him, trying to take him down. With that being said, this has changed the entire landscape of Boruto and his entire character. With the prophecy of Momoshiki telling him that he is going to lose it all, we have finally witnessed Boruto lose everything, and this is a great twist. And with the saying of Momoshiki telling Boruto that those blue eyes will take everything away from you, I did forget to mention this in my chapter review, but he wasn't referring to Boruto's blue eyes, which everybody thought it was, but instead he was referring to Eida's blue eyes. Thanks to her using the omnipotence ability, the entire world has changed, with the idea of Boruto being the one who had killed Naruto and not Kawaki. With that being said, Boruto is gonna have to be on the run. He is not gonna be able to fight the entire Leaf Village, and let's not forget, Boruto has just lost his right eye thanks to Kawaki giving him that scar, where the entire village had thought it was the other way around, with Boruto being the one who had given Kawaki the scar thanks to Eida using her omnipotence. At this point, Boruto right now is weakened, and with the entire village trying to hunt him down, I'm gonna be real here, I don't think he's gonna be able to fight all of them at once. He's gonna get jumped, and the entire village is gonna be on his head. Sasuke, Mitsuki, Shikamaru, Kawaki are gonna be gunning for his head top, and Boruto's gonna have no other choice but to run. Now, my thoughts on this, I think this is great for Boruto's character because throughout the entire series, especially when it comes to the bigger moments such as fighting the Sasuke, the Kara organization, Boruto, while he's had his moments, there has been plenty of times where other characters have stepped up and basically have outshined him. For example, during the Momoshiki fight, while Boruto did play a major role, such as saving the 5 Kage and Sasuke with a vanishing Rasengan and being the one who delivered the killing blow, most people remembered that entire scenario for Naruto and Sasuke beating up Momoshiki, and not for Boruto's contribution, even though Boruto played a very big part. Following the manga timeline, during the Vessel arc, when the Kara organization was hunting down Kawaki, Team 7 did align themselves when they did discover Kawaki, where Boruto had plenty of moments to shine, such as his battle against Ao, which was very pleasing to see, and him awakening the Karma Seal fully for the very first time. When Kawaki came out, I think everybody remembered him for his actions rather than Boruto. With his fight against Garou, of course the anime did an amazing job when it comes to portraying Kawaki's power, as he is the second main character of this series. And if I'm being real here, ever since Kawaki has been introduced, he's felt more or less the main character of this series. Boruto has had plenty of moments to shine, such as sealing Ishiki away, playing a pivotal role in the Boro fight, and during the other battles against the Kara organization. However, many other characters have stepped up and, in my opinion, have outshined Boruto in those moments, such as during the fight against Delta, Naruto was the one who had to fight him. In the Boro fight, Sarada using her Chidori, Momoshiki coming out at the end. During the fight against Ishiki, with Boruto sending him away to the other dimension using his karma and saving Sasuke, most people are gonna remember it for Naruto using the Baryon mode transformation, and Kawaki being the one who delivered the killing blow to Ishiki. And then following in the Code arc, where Boruto had entered his true essence form for the very first time, Kawaki regains his Karma Seal, and in my opinion outshined Boruto in that arc as well. Boruto has had plenty of moments to do something, but for the most part the other side characters and the other main characters in the plot have pulled their weight to the point where, and in my opinion, I feel like this was a necessary twist, not just for the story but for also Boruto's character, because Boruto is finally on his own. He can finally do something where nobody's really gonna help him, and he has nobody on his side outside of Momoshiki, of course, and I think this is the perfect twist for the entire series. And yes, Boruto has had plenty of moments prior to this, but I feel like this is the perfect step, as ever since Kawaki has been introduced, Kawaki has gotten more or less, I don't know, 40 to 50 plus chapters about him. Of course, Boruto has plenty of moments within those chapters. However, with the entire plot of the Kata organization, with Code making those goals, especially with his hatred over Kawaki and the jealousy he has, at times Kawaki has felt more like the main character than Boruto in the past 50 to 60 chapters. Of course, Kawaki's the other main character, so he's gonna have his moments, but I feel like sometimes it has been overkill. And with this twist finally happening, with Kawaki framing his own brother, I feel like this is the perfect way for Boruto to be finally on his own. With him being framed as the one who had killed Naruto, he is not only going to be on the run from the Leaf Village, but presumably all 5 great nations. With Naruto being sealed away, there is a vacant seat for Hokage, which most likely will be someone like Shikamaru or Kakashi to step back in, and they will hold a 5 Kage summit where they will declare that Boruto is the one who had killed Naruto. And at this point, Boruto is gonna have to run. He has lost everything, not just his friends, his family, but his entire livelihood. And when looking at the dialogue from Momoshiki in chapter 72, Momoshiki did state at some point Boruto will lose the will to live, to the point where he doesn't even want to live in the same world as everybody else. And at that point, Momoshiki will take over and will live as Boruto for the rest of this series, or for a very long time. And I think this is a very unique way of actually separating Boruto from everyone else. He has absolutely nobody, and in order for him to change everything, he's going to need some help. And there's plenty of options, such as him trying to find somebody like Toneri, who has been sealed away at the Palace of the Dragons for 10,000 years, which was stated in the Boruto anime. Maybe someone like Kashin Koji takes him in, as we haven't seen him for over 30 chapters. The last time we've seen Kashin Koji was in chapter 48, where he did escape from Ishiki trying to kill him. So that's someone that could help him as Boruto is trying to escape and trying to get stronger, as we do know that Amado is planning something. Code has his 10 Tails army waiting to attack the Leaf Village, where he's just chilling right now with this Claw Grime army. He has over 1,000 Claw Grimes with him, so if he does attack the village, Boruto's not going to be there to do anything. And painting Boruto as the villain, as I said, is a genius plot twist for this story, as Boruto is on his own. He can't do anything, and he has no other option but to leave, with the 5 great nations most likely hunting him down, sending their best men in shinobi to try to kill him. At this point, Boruto has no other option but, in my opinion, to go to another dimension. As per Momoshiki's words, Boruto's not going to want to live on Earth anymore. Not just the Leaf Village, but most likely other nations are going to hunt him down for money, for honor, and to get their get back for Naruto's quote-unquote death. I think this is great for the story, man. Boruto has the Karma Seal, and most likely he will activate the Jogan very soon in order to escape, as the Jogan could have potential dimensions that it can access, as we do see in the anime that the Jogan has the ability to enter other dimensions if it is possible. So with that being said, Boruto's gonna have to escape. However, the one thing I do want to say is that at the end of chapter 79, we see the entire village facing off with Boruto, and looking at the premonition that Boruto saw through Momoshiki's Byakugan, most likely the village is gonna fight Boruto. As I stated, Boruto's not gonna have any chance to beat the village in a one-on-all. He's by himself, and if Momoshiki comes out, we don't really know what he's gonna do against everybody, but of course, Momo's gonna want Boruto to stay alive. That is the one thing that he has stated, that Boruto will never die again. If Boruto is in a predicament against the Leaf Village, which I do presume he is going to fight these people off, Momoshiki's gonna want Boruto to escape as well. Momo has this goal of getting the chakra fruit to update his genetics to transcend as an Otsutsuki, and for that to happen, he's gonna need Boruto to stay alive. Now with that being said, another point I do want to get off is the relationship with Boruto and Momoshiki. I've stated this plenty of times before, but the one thing that I really don't want to happen is for Boruto and Momoshiki to become friends. I've seen people say this all the time, that Boruto and Momoshiki are rip-off Kurama and Naruto, but that is far from the truth, man. Momoshiki and Kurama are two completely different characters. The reason why Kurama acted that way in the beginning with his relationship with Naruto is because he was treated like a slave. He wasn't treated fairly, he was treated as an object. That's why he resented humans, and that's why he often lashed out. Whereas with Momoshiki, he doesn't care about anybody in the world. He sees everybody as inferior creatures, as per his words every time he came out through Boruto's body. So with that being said, and now that Boruto is on his own, yes, Momo is going to provide tons of information for Boruto to know, such as in this chapter, as every time Momoshiki has come out, especially in the past couple of chapters, through Boruto's head, he has been feeding him dialogue after dialogue every single chapter, essentially being a narrator for the information that is shown for not just him but for us as the audience. So that's pretty cool, but hopefully the one thing that I really don't want to happen is for Boruto to have a change in mind and eventually side with Momo. However, I don't think that's going to be the case. Hopefully Kishimoto does something different with Boruto's character when it comes to his relationship with Momoshiki, and with Momoshiki's prophecy of telling Boruto that he's losing it all after seeing him lose everything, his village, his friends, his family. What if there's more to this prophecy? What if Momoshiki comes out again next chapter and starts blasting people with Rasengans? What if this is the last straw for Boruto to lose it all, as not only is he framed for everything, but for Momoshiki to come out and start bodying people? We saw at the end of chapter 78, after the small scuffle between Boruto versus Kawaki, presumably Momoshiki was the one who had freed Kawaki from the leaf's grasp, as we do know that Momoshiki wants to feed Kawaki to the 10 tails to obtain a chakra fruits. If that is Momoshiki, since I've seen some people say that Boruto was the one who had freed Kawaki, but in my opinion I still think it's Momo. Let me know who you think it was, but if Momoshiki can take over Boruto's body, now that Boruto is 100% Otsutsuki, I've stated this prior, but I don't think he's gonna need the horn to come out, right? As we've seen, every time Momoshiki has manifested through Boruto's body, there's always been a horn. One of his eyes has always been closed, and as we saw at the end of chapter 78, Boruto's left eye was closed and his right eye was open, which usually indicates that Momoshiki is taken over. However, the horn was not present when presumably Momo did take over. And now that Boruto is 100% Otsutsuki in his DNA, what if every time Momoshiki now takes over, he doesn't need to presume that Otsutsuki horn on his face? He is now considered a pure-blooded Otsutsuki, so maybe he doesn't need that extra Otsutsuki features on his body now that he is a pure Otsutsuki now in the story. If that's the case, whenever Momoshiki does take over Boruto's body, maybe the Leaf Village may not even assume that Momoshiki has taken over Boruto's body, but it's just Boruto itself, when we know Momo has taken over Boruto's body. I think that would be even crazier, considering now that the Leaf Village has presumed Boruto as this villain and has deemed him as the Hokage killer. This could make Boruto's prophecy and fates even worse, which I think would be insane if Momo does take over next chapter and starts blasting people with Rasengans. And with many people making theories that the old gen characters are going to die, such as Shikamaru and Sasuke, this could add even more to Boruto's fate, as he can't really change anything now, thanks to Eida's eyes taking everything away from Boruto. And I feel like this is a great thing for Boruto's character, as many people want to see Boruto lose. I'm not gonna lie, not in a bad way, but in terms of the story and what's happening, this is a perfect way for Boruto to separate himself from everybody. Now that he's on his own, he's gonna have to find and discover everything, and I think this is the perfect point for Boruto's character. And going back to the focus of the main character of the series, Kishimoto has already done this with the Naruto series, as Naruto has had plenty of moments in part 1. However, other characters, in my opinion, have come out and outshined Naruto, such as Rock Lee, Sasuke, the old gen such as Kakashi for example. But over time, especially once we got to Shippuden, you felt that shift with Naruto's character. For example, during the Akatsuki suppression arc where Naruto learned the Rasen Shuriken for the first time, and especially during the Pain arc where Naruto learned Sage Mode for the first time, you really felt the need for Naruto's presence in the story. So far in Boruto, while Boruto has had plenty of moments, the need for Boruto's character hasn't been that relevant, because we've had other characters that have stepped up, such as Naruto, Sasuke, and Kawaki, and the rest of Team 7. However, Boruto's presence is needed here because he is now the quote-unquote villain of this story. The roles have completely reversed, and I feel like Kishimoto is taking the right approach when it comes to Boruto's character, man. Boruto has always been one of my favorite characters, but one of the biggest gripes that I've had is that other characters have, at some points, have outshined him. And this is one thing I'm really glad for. He is no longer referred as Boruto Uzumaki, he is just now referred as Boruto. And at this point in the story, there were plenty of directions for Boruto to go for him to essentially save face. And with the Leaf Village trying to hunt down Boruto, Code having that 10 Tails army wanting to destroy everything that Kawaki has ever had, and with Eida and Damon seemingly siding themselves with Kawaki, this is a very exciting time to be a Boruto fan. So let me know how you guys feel about this video in the comment section below. How do you feel about this plot twist? I did want to go further in depth with Boruto losing it all, because in my opinion, I think he's going to lose even more than that. Even though it has been just shown with this plot twist, I think we're going to see even more with what Boruto is losing. So let me know how you guys feel about all of that in the comment section below. So if you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe, hit the bell as well, and have a good day. Peace.
Assalamu alaikum to all the Muslims. You know what I'm saying? You know, we're doing Ramadan tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I'm practicing right now. But we finna get it, man. Salute.